There is a moment that happens in almost every home that most people completely overlook. Your dog walks into the room, looks at you, and just waits. He is not waiting for food. He already ate. He is not waiting to go outside. He just came back. He is simply looking at you. Ears slightly forward, body still, eyes soft and wide. And most of us glance back, say something like, "Hey, buddy," and go back to our phones. What if I told you that in that single moment, your dog was asking you something profound? Something that goes far deeper than a belly rub or a treat. What if that look was the closest thing your dog has to a spoken sentence, and you just missed it? Today we are going to talk about the real language of affection between humans and dogs. Not the surface level stuff. Not just petting and playing fetch. We're going to go deep into the science, the psychology, and the emotional world of your dog to uncover the 7 demonstrations of affection that genuinely change how a dog experiences his life with you. Because here is what most dog owners do not realize. Your dog does not experience your love the way you think he does. He does not see a hug and think warmth and safety the way you might. He does not hear your long speeches about how much you love him and feel reassured by the words. He has his own language, his own set of signals, his own emotional code. And when you learn to speak it, something shifts between you. The relationship becomes something else entirely. So if you have ever wondered whether your dog truly feels loved, whether the bond you have is as deep as it could be, whether there is more you could be doing, then stay with me. Because by the end of this, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Let us begin. Think about the last time your dog looked into your eyes for more than just a second. Not a quick glance. A real look. A slow, quiet held gaze. Did you look back? Did you hold it? Because if you did, something remarkable was happening inside both of your bodies at the exact same moment. Researchers at Asahi University in Japan conducted a study that genuinely surprised the scientific community. They found that when dogs and their owners gazed into each other's eyes, the levels of oxytocin in both the human and the dog increased significantly. Oxytocin, for those who may not know, is often called the bonding hormone. It is the same chemical that floods a mother's brain when she holds her newborn child. It is the chemical of trust, of attachment, of love. And it surged in both species simply from looking at each other. This is not a small thing. This is biology confirming what dog owners have felt for thousands of years. The connection is real. It is measurable. It is happening at a chemical level every time you and your dog share a genuine moment of eye contact. But here is where it gets interesting, and where most of us are accidentally getting it wrong. Your dog does not look at you just to ask for things. He is not always scanning your face for signs of a treat or a walk. Much of the time, he is looking at you to read you, to understand where you are emotionally, to gauge the safety of the environment, to feel close to you. He is waiting for you to look back, not just to acknowledge him, but to truly see him. There is a technique that animal behaviorists call the soft gaze, and it is one of the most powerful tools you have as a dog owner. Instead of staring hard or making intense direct eye contact, which in the animal world can sometimes read as a challenge, the soft gaze involves relaxed eyes, slightly squinted, warm, the kind of look you might give someone you deeply trust on a quiet evening. When you practice this with your dog, especially during moments when he seems anxious or overstimulated, you will notice something remarkable. His breathing slows. His posture softens. Sometimes his ears drop back slightly and he lets out a long exhale. That exhale is not nothing. That is your dog saying, "Okay, I trust this. I am safe here. You see me." And for a dog, being truly seen by the person they love most is one of the deepest forms of affection there is. Now let us talk about something that might surprise you. Most dogs do not love being hugged. I know. It is hard to hear. You wrap your arms around that warm, furry body, and you feel an enormous surge of love and connection. And it feels so natural, so right. But from your dog's perspective, something very different may be happening. Here is why. Dogs are not built for tight overhead pressure. In the animal world, one animal placing its body over or around another is a dominant signal. When you hug your dog, wrapping your arms around his neck, and his instinct may register that as a form of constraint. Many dogs will tolerate it. They love you. They do not want to alarm you. But tolerating something is very different from enjoying it. Watch carefully the next time you hug your dog. Does he lean in? Does his body stay soft and relaxed? Or does he go slightly stiff? Does he turn his head away? Does he lick his lips or yawn? Those subtle signals, the lip lick, the head turn, the yawn, are all signs of what animal behaviorists call stress appeasement behaviors. Your dog is politely trying to communicate mild discomfort. This is not a reason to never hug your dog again. Some dogs genuinely do love it, especially those who have been raised with a lot of physical closeness from puppyhood. But it is a reason to pay attention, to ask not just what feels good to you, but what actually feels good to him. So what does feel good? The base of the ears, that fleshy fold where the ear meets the skull, is one of the most nerve-dense areas on a dog's body. A gentle circular massage there activates the vagus nerve, which runs directly to the heart and the gut and triggers a genuine physiological relaxation response. The heart rate slows. Cortisol, the stress hormone, drops. Your dog is not just enjoying the sensation. His body is chemically responding to it. The chest, right between the front legs, is another area many dogs genuinely love to be touched. Not patted aggressively, but slow, firm strokes. The base of the tail, the sides of the neck. These are all areas that carry deep sensory reward for most dogs. But here is perhaps the most important part of this section. Your dog will tell you where and how he wants to be touched. You just have to be willing to listen. Watch for the nudge of a nose against your hand. That is not random. That is a request. Watch for the paw placed gently on your leg. That is not manipulation. That is communication. Watch for the way he repositions himself when you are petting him, steering your hand, offering you a different part of his body. He is quite literally directing you. When you follow his lead, when you respond to what he is asking for, you are doing something extraordinary. You are telling him that his preferences matter to you, that you are paying attention, that his comfort is worth your effort, and that is love. In a language he actually understands. Here is a thought that I want you to sit with for a moment. Your dog cannot read a clock. He has no calendar. He does not know that it is Tuesday, or that you had a long day, or that it is raining, and you really do not feel like going outside right now. What he knows is patterns, rhythms, the reliable architecture of his daily life. And when you are consistent, when you show up at the same time, when the walk happens when it is supposed to happen, when dinner arrives in the familiar rhythm, your dog does not just experience that as routine. He experiences it as proof. Proof that you are dependable. Proof that the world makes sense. Proof that he is safe. Predictability is a form of love for a dog. Perhaps one of the most honest forms there is, because it requires nothing dramatic, no grand gesture, just the quiet commitment to being reliable day after day, even when life is complicated. Now, let us talk about the walk, because I think most of us are doing the walk wrong. We treat it like exercise, like a task to complete. We have a route. We have a time limit. We keep moving, and we pull the leash when our dog stops to smell something because we are in a hurry. But from your dog's perspective, the walk is not primarily about physical movement at all. It is about information. Every fire hydrant, every patch of grass, every corner of fence is a newspaper, a social network, a message board filled with information about who has been here, when they came, how they were feeling, whether they were healthy or stressed or excited. Your dog's nose is processing all of that. He is reading the world. When you pull him away before he is done reading, you are not just interrupting him. You are taking away one of the primary ways he makes sense of his environment. You are cutting short one of the few moments in his day when he gets to engage fully with the world as a dog. So the next time you are on a walk and your dog stops at a patch of grass and just breathes it in, let him. Give him that time. Not because it costs you much, but because to him it is everything.
Happy birthday,
It is enrichment.
boy.
It is mental stimulation.
What do you think of
It is
this?
the emotional equivalent of you sitting down with a good book. Letting him sniff is a gift, and gifts are love. The user wants me to continue with the remaining parts of the script, parts 5 to 8, to complete the 3,000-word total. I need to write approximately 1,200 more words, covering sections 5 to 8. Communication and voice, protection and safety, positive reinforcement psychology, and conclusion. Here is part 2, the continuation and conclusion of your script. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine hearing a language you have never studied before. You do not understand a single word, but the person speaking to you has a warm voice, slow and gentle, rising and falling in a way that feels safe and kind. You would still feel something. You would still know, on some level, that this person means you no harm, that they are glad you are there. That is exactly how your dog experiences your voice every single day. He does not know what refrigerator means. He does not know what you did at work today or why you are telling him about it. But he knows everything about how you are saying it. The tempo, the pitch, the rhythm, the warmth underneath the words. And all of that information tells him something critically important about the state of the world he shares with you. Scientists have studied what happens in a dog's brain when they hear human speech, and what they found is both beautiful and humbling. Dogs process the emotional tone of your voice in a completely separate part of the brain from where they process the meaning of familiar words, which means they are always doing two things at once. They are listening for words they recognize and simultaneously reading the emotional landscape of your voice. When you speak to your dog in that slightly higher, warmer, more musical tone, what researchers sometimes call baby talk or dog-directed speech, his brain actually lights up differently than when you use a flat neutral tone. He is more engaged, more responsive, more connected. This is not silliness. This is biology. So talk to your dog. Tell him about your day. Narrate what you are doing in the kitchen. Explain to him very seriously why you think it might rain later. He is not going to understand the words, but he is going to understand that you are including him, that you are sharing your inner world with him, that he is worth talking to. And perhaps most importantly, he is going to read the tone of your voice as a constant barometer of safety. When you are calm, he relaxes. When you are warm, he feels connected. When your voice carries tension and stress, he feels that too, and he carries it in his body. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you have. Use it generously. Use it gently. And never underestimate how deeply he is listening. There is a kind of love that does not announce itself. It does not come with cuddles or treats or enthusiastic greetings at the door. It comes quietly, in the moments when your dog is afraid and you choose to be a shelter. Think about this. Your dog is one of the most socially intelligent creatures on the planet. He has evolved over thousands of years specifically to read human beings, to bond with them, to rely on them. And what that means in practical terms is that he is also exquisitely sensitive to everything you do when he is scared. When the fireworks start and your dog trembles against your leg, he is not just seeking comfort. He is placing his vulnerability entirely in your hands. In the animal world, vulnerability is dangerous. You do not show it unless you trust completely. When your dog comes to you shaking, that is the deepest possible expression of faith in you. What you do in that moment matters enormously. Some people have been told that comforting a frightened dog will reinforce the fear, that you should ignore the behavior and not reward it with attention. But modern behavioral science has largely moved away from this idea. You cannot reinforce an emotional state the way you can reinforce a behavior. Comforting your dog when he is scared does not teach him to be more scared. It teaches him that you are a safe place to come back to. Sit with him. Let him press against you. Keep your own body language calm and relaxed because he is reading you constantly. Breathe slowly. Speak softly. Be the stillness in the middle of whatever is frightening him. And think about the proactive ways you protect his sense of safety too. Creating a quiet corner in the home where he can retreat. Giving him advance warning before guests arrive by staying calm and grounded yourself. Shielding him gently from situations overwhelm him, not because he cannot handle the world, but because you are paying attention to what he needs. that kind of attentiveness, that quiet watchfulness over his well-being, is one of the most meaningful things you can offer him. It tells him something no amount of treats can communicate. It tells him that you are watching out for him, that he does not have to face things alone, that his fear is not invisible to you. And for a dog, having a leader who sees him and protects him is everything. Here is something that might reframe the way you think about training entirely. Most people think of teaching a dog tricks or commands as something you do for yourself, for your convenience. So he sits when you ask him to. So he does not jump on guests. So he comes when called. And yes, those things matter practically. But they are also something else entirely. They are a form of love. When you engage your dog's mind, when you give him a puzzle to solve or a new skill to learn, when you work together toward something and then celebrate his success, you are meeting one of his deepest psychological needs. Dogs are not meant to lie still and wait. They were bred to work alongside humans, to herd and hunt and track and guard. That drive, that need to be useful to have a job, does not disappear just because they live in an apartment now. A dog who has nothing to do with his mind, no challenges, no engagement, no sense of purpose, is a dog who suffers quietly. Boredom in dogs does not look like quiet contentment. It looks like anxiety, destructive behavior, excessive barking, restlessness, because the mind that has nothing to do turns on itself. When you teach your dog something new, even something as simple as finding a hidden toy or learning a new hand signal, you are not just entertaining him. You are telling him that his intelligence matters to you, that you see his capability and you want to nurture it, that he has a role in your life beyond simply being present. And when he gets it right and you respond with genuine joy, that joy lands in him like sunlight. Because the greatest reward for a dog is not the treat in your hand. It is the warmth in your face when you realize he understood you. That moment of shared triumph, human and dog figuring something out together. That is a bond being built in real time. And it is one of the most profound gifts you can give. I want to leave you with something honest, something that I think about often, and that I believe every dog owner deserves to sit with. Dogs do not live as long as we do. You will probably outlive your dog. You will probably know what it feels like to have a home that is quieter than it should be, to reach down out of habit and find nothing there, to hear a sound outside and turn to share it with someone who is no longer on the couch beside you. That is the difficult truth of loving a dog. Their time with us is brief, luminously brief, and they spend every single day of it giving us everything they have. They do not hold grudges about the walks you skipped. They do not remember the weeks when you were too busy. They come to you on your worst days with the same open heart they brought on your best ones. They ask for so little. They return so much. And all they really want underneath all of it is to know that they belong to you, that you see them, that they matter. The 7 things we talked about today are not complicated. They are not expensive. They do not require special equipment or a perfect schedule. They require only presence, attention, the willingness to look up from everything else and truly meet your dog where he is. A soft gaze held for a few extra seconds. A touch in the places that actually feel good to him. A walk where you let him lead his nose wherever it wants to go. A voice that talks to him like he is worth talking to. A moment of stillness when he is afraid. A game that makes him think. A routine that says, I am here. I will always be here. You can count on me. These things are the architecture of a life well loved for both of you. So here is what I want you to do right now. Close this video or finish it first, but then go find your dog, wherever he is in the house, and just be with him for a few minutes. Not distracted, not halfway, fully present. Look at him. Touch him the way he likes to be touched. Talk to him in that warm voice he trusts. And pay attention to what he does. Because he has been waiting to show you something. He has been waiting his whole life to show you that you are his entire world. And that is worth every moment of presence you can give him.